Hi, this is Michelle Holland. I'm the creative director of SynergyIQ. Welcome to the car and some culture conversations. I'm going to pick up where I left off yesterday, which was talking about feedback, the big F word that we use in the workplace. Now, feedback doesn't have to be an F word in the workplace. It really all depends on what your motivation for feedback is. So there are different ways of being able to talk to someone about the work that they are producing. I often say to my clients, whether I'm in a workshop or coaching or through consulting or whatever I'm doing with my clients, I talk to them about feedback quite often because feedback, or genuine conversations, as we tend to call them, or authentic conversations, are all part of creating a culture of high performance. You can't have a culture of high performance without having genuine, authentic conversations. So feedback is part of that. We use the term feedback because everybody knows what it means, but really what we're talking about is increasing the amount of conversation that's happening in the workplace that's actually useful and effective for you and the person that you're having a conversation with. When you're providing feedback to someone, it's often because you've either seen something that has gone right and you'd like to give them a big congratulations, or it's something that you've seen and it's gone wrong and you'd like to tell them that it's gone wrong. A lot of the time with feedback, there is some negativity that surrounds it. And I think this is because we often hear the term feedback when we're talking about performance management. So I actually want to talk to you about 3 different types of feedback which you can add to your authentic and genuine conversations that you're having in the workplace. So the first one I'm going to call developmental feedback. The developmental feedback is about providing somebody else with your observations and some information, maybe some guidance, that's going to actually help them be a better version of themselves than they previously were. Whether it's helping them to deliver in a better way, higher quality, or it's helping them to engage with somebody in a different way, or whatever it is, the motivation for this feedback comes from a place of giving. You've probably heard the term feedback as a gift. That is because when you hold back your observations from somebody else, if you believe that they are going to help that other person and you hold them back, then you are doing them a disservice. If you provide them with your observations because you believe that it's going to help them, then it is a gift. It all depends on your motivation. If you want to provide this information back to somebody because you're getting frustrated with what they are doing, or you're having a conflict because of your values, go have a look at the values video on conflict. Or maybe it's because you've seen them do something wrong and you know that there's a better way to do it. If the motivation is coming from making your life easier, it's coming from a place of frustration, then actually what you're going to be delivering to them is criticism. It's not feedback. However, sometimes we observe things, and yes, they potentially make us frustrated because they're not doing it in the right way. And you know there is a better way of doing it, and therefore you want to be able to provide them with that information so they do it better the next time. It might be that you are a manager and you need to instruct somebody to do their job in a better way. This is not necessarily developmental feedback, although it can be. This is more what I tend to call redirection. So they've been heading down a track and you have seen them heading off track. You talk to them pop them back on track again and redirect them in the right direction. So yes, this absolutely helps them for the future, but it's less about their development, more about the outcome that you're trying to achieve as a peer or a mentor or a manager. So there's a little bit less of a selfless motivation in redirection. So really, the type of feedback that you provide to someone has all to do with your motivation. If your motivation is purely about giving and helping them grow for the future, then you are giving them developmental feedback. If your motivation comes purely from the fact that you're frustrated and you believe that you can do it better, then that's criticism. And if you believe that there is a better way and the outcome is being compromised and you want to shift and you want to create a better outcome, then that's redirection. These are 3 types of feedback that you can give to an employee or to a peer or to a team member or to your manager. It really depends on the motivation for the feedback, on how you can go about delivering it, and potentially how it's going to be received by the other person. If you choose to criticize, then don't be surprised if that person doesn't receive your feedback as well as you think that they should. If you're delivering a redirection, then there might be some pain from the receiver, because essentially you're telling them that they've done something wrong and you need to do it a different way. They are grown-ups and they will get over it. However, you've got to accept that there will be an element of pain in their receipt of that feedback. If your motivation is purely coming from a giving place, that you're looking to provide this information to somebody so that they can be a better version of themselves tomorrow, then expect a thank you when it's delivered well. Because if your motivation is pure, then you will deliver that feedback as a gift. My name is Michelle Holland. I'm from SynergyIQ, your transformation partner.